What is up, guys? Follow Jay here. I'm here with my co-host, Miguelino. Miguelino, say what's up.
What's up?
Oh, damn, man. See, when you do that, it just spikes and you're like...
Damn. Hold on. I'm trying. Hold on. What's up? Was that better? Did it cut off still?
No, the first one was on brand. Second one was like Miggy Light.
No. I need you to be Miggy Light when you're wearing that piece of shit microphone. Yeah. Anyway, our other co-host, Egg, say what's up to the peoples.
What's up to the peoples?
All right. You sound so freaking enthusiastic, man.
I'm a foil for Miggy.
Bro.
Miggy's all over the top, and I'm the foil. I'm the the straight man.
Anyway, I saw a comment up there from Brave Little Spidey about something. Miggy, handle that, please.
Yes, sir. So straight off the presses, we have Brave Little Spidey hitting up Egghead saying, "I got a hold of 10 PHQ to go to the PGF qualifier watch the event. They said it's cool and for everyone, so I'm bringing a couple of friends." And then he said, "I wasn't sure.
That's what's up.
Just walk in."
That's awesome. So like, apparently, the more the merrier. Just if you're a fan, one, if you're in the weight class, sign up, and compete. If you're not, hey, just go roll up and watch. That's
Support.
awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, Brave Little Spidey, just say Egg got my tab. Just say that, and you're good. Bring as many people, please, and tell them you said $10 per person. You got you.
We need a little sign that says, "I am Brave Little Spidey."
Yeah.
Yo, wear a Spider-Man mask, Spidey.
No, because that's not the point.
That. Yeah. No, not do that. Oh, you see that? Put that up there.
Yep.
What, Egg? You're like...
There you go.
What?
Anyway. 9% disabled. Thanks for your service, big dog.
Yeah, good on you, brother.
That's right. I thought that you were going to say the same thing. But anyway, listen.
I got you, dude. I'll salute the troops.
Go up there with your friends, have a good time. I mean, it's going to be almost like a mini PGF, type of thing. Winner is going to go in for sure. And who knows, there might be one or two that come out of that qualifier as well, because if they perform well, they could get an invite.
I mean, you got to think with the talent at 10 PHQ, there's going to be at least one at large.
Right, there has to be. It's a West Coast flavor.
I bet at least a six
Southern boys.
Mickey, what's their big guy that's competing, representing HQ now? Man, I forgot his name.
For what? Fedor?
Yeah, that guy.
He took down Haysom.
He took you what?
He took down Haysom Rita. He in the absolute.
Yeah, that's right.
He was the lightest guy. He can make this weight class.
How much does he weigh?
Less than 185.
What's his last name? I forgot his last name.
Oh, it's less than 185. So
I'm pretty sure
he could potentially, maybe jump in. I don't know. It's competition, right? These guys like competition. This is a competition, but there's a competition where if you win, you just keep going to the next stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that'd be kind of cool if we got to see the big dude out there. Maybe say, "Hey, I want to get down in this."
Yeah, Fedor was like a plus 700 or something like that. Or it was like insane. The odds for him to win that match. I mean, it was like one of those ones. If you're one of his boys and you threw down $100, you're a very happy man.
Right. I'm trying to find this weight real quick because
I saw the match with what's his name?
Haysom.
Yeah, I call him the Demolition Man. I don't know why I keep calling him that.
Because he has the blonde top. I mean, that's why.
but he wasn't the Demolition Man. The other guy was
Wesley Snipes.
Simon Phoenix.
Yeah.
That's the real name that I should be calling that dude, Simon Phoenix.
Okay.
Anyway,
Teddy Bear. Got you.
I saw his match with Simon Phoenix, and man, that dude is tough. I want to see him in. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah,
I think that
Dude,
he would be great for. Go ahead.
he competes at 190, so he could definitely make weight.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know,
I mean, we've seen him in other 10th Planet qualifiers. I think I don't know if he's even been qualifiers, or at least had like super fights in
The
10
team duels,
PQ.
too.
Yeah. I think he's had a super fight in one of those. At least I've seen before. I think Eddie was saying during the UFC Invitational that he used to run 10th Planet somewhere in Europe, and now came over to HQ, has been leveling up a ton. Imagine that with the master himself. So now he's repping 10P in the competition circuits. That'd be amazing.
I don't know why you're lagging again.
No, it started again. Yeah.
It's like your lips are moving and your audio's all out of whack. But
it's because Egg's a smooth operator, bro. He's just some smooth dude.
He wanted to have the background, so he's having his computer work a little extra hard.
Do you want me to? Okay, I'll get rid of the background.
Oh no, it went back to normal. I think it might be a connectivity thing, but no.
No, I think it's the background. Let's see. Say something now.
Something now.
Yeah, perfect. See, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, hold on.
Wallow doesn't like.
Oh my God! You don't have to take it down.
Told you, bro. Told you, should. Oh yeah.
It wasn't you, apparently. Yeah.
No. Look at Brave Spidey said. Egg, you aren't lagging. They are lagging. Yo, Brave Spidey's representing for you. He's your ride or die, bro.
It's my computer.
We're homies.
I got it connected to the Ethernet, so I should be good. Egg's gonna try to plug into AI. He'll be like, my shit is more powerful than yours. It's got a 20-pound brain.
Well, we actually just did get fiber in the neighborhood, so I might switch over to that. That would be a lot better.
Look at you, fancy.
Step it up in this world, Egg.
Yeah.
Listen, next PGF qualifier, guys, August 12th. Put a flyer out there. I tag a bunch of people. If you're happening to be around, Instagram, and you see the flyer saying PGF Season 5 qualifier, Jacksonville, Florida, hey, do us a solid. Share it. Share it with the people. Let them know. Hey, listen, we got an international airport. So, if you're, let's say, maybe Canada, New York, whatever, wherever you're watching us from, you probably can get a straight flight, if you want to compete. That's all I'm saying, We had guys last season come all the way from Colorado, California, so we do expect this season to be bigger. So I'm just saying, Egg.
Here's the idea. Every chance you can get, you should be trying to get on the PGF. No question about it. Right now, you don't know how many people are going to be there. There's a fair bet. I'm going to guess at least 2 guys from Jacksonville, 10P Jacksonville are going to be there at least. However, just go. If you have the chance at all, just take a flyer. Because here's the thing, the commissioner, Brad McCatherine, he rewards, grit. So if you show up there and you don't get it, and there's one later on that's closer to you that's easier to get to, and you go there and you show out as well, even if you don't win, the fact that you've gone to multiple, inures to your benefit, my friends. It takes, the commission holds that in high esteem, the fact that you really want it. That because that means that, obviously there's months between now, at least 3.5 months between now and, the regular season. And the fact that you want it so much that you go to multiple qualifiers, that means that he can trust you, that you'll show up. Because that's a big thing. We haven't really had problems with that before, but it's also partially because of the passion of everyone that's been chosen to actually participate. That, again, kind of a tautology. Well,
we kind of had somebody kind of drop out season 1, but, we ain't going to talk about that. I know you remember.
You had actually a couple, but that was during the season. But again, that was okay. for the fans.
That was a different time.
Season 1 was during the height of the pandemic, which was a very special thing. And it was done with a brilliant, with actually a really fun idea, which would be amazing if we could make it happen. It was every Friday night. Every Friday night, people would travel to Decatur, Alabama. I mean, think about Caleb McAllister. He's driving, 8.5, 9 hours.
And flying, he said at times too.
And flying sometimes. Like that, he was a warrior. But people all had to drive there. I mean, the O'Fellons were driving like 5.5 hours every Friday.
Yep.
But that's kind of the point. It's like so many people were driving from so far away. And then, some people had a bit of a wake-up call that, oh, damn, this is legit. This is tough. And so you had a couple of people that between the logistical issues and maybe losing a little bit of face because they found some really tough game opponents that were lower belts than them, they just faded off into distance. But that was just season 1. After that, no issues. Other than injuries.
You bring it up, man, and that season was so magical. That's the only way that I can describe it. We're all pretty much inside all the time. We got really nothing going on. Nothing. I mean, you have to wear a mask just to go grocery shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we have this tournament in a little town in the middle of Alabama. Just bringing us some amazing jiu-jitsu, because the way that it was set up, it was like there's not going to be any boring matches. Who were we talking about behind the scenes the other day? Was it Nilo you were talking about?
Oh, God. Nilo was so funny because he was always doing cardio in the background.
Yeah.
If he wasn't doing a match, he was doing jumping jacks. He was doing like up downs. He was doing something. That dude was off the chain, or whatever the heck they say nowadays. He was amped.
However the kids say it.
Exactly. I mean, he was wild. And he showed it on the mats too. Dude was amazing. But so many people, that's like how we met the Elbow Genie, and that's why we had the Elbow Genie rule, because halfway through, he had submitted everyone he'd faced.
And he looked like he wasn't going to make it into the playoffs.
He wasn't going to make it because kills got 7 points, and breaks, like the Elbow Genie, hence his name, likes to do, gets 3. And it wasn't going to happen. And but again, to your point, like I said, so many of us couldn't even train because so many places shut down our training. You couldn't go anywhere. And then all of a sudden, this beautiful thing called the PGF for 3.5 hours or so on a Friday night.
It was perfect.
And you guys, started off like leading us in with the fantasy picks, because we had fantasy, so we could do some research and stuff like that.
The fantasy was so awesome.
Yeah, because it was live too.
It was live, and everybody was talking shit. Yeah. Everybody was on the comments. Oh, I got this. I'm ahead.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. It still is, but it's the first tournament of its kind. There is no other tournament that you have the commentators, constantly monitoring the comments to answer the people's questions.
Or super chat. You know how freaking cool that is to hear a wah 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 by Elmac? Dude, that was the highlight of my freaking weekend during the pandemic.
I had a separate budget item just for that.
Right?
But we're kind of almost sliding past it. But the fact that you had the live chat and the interaction between the commentators and the live chat, and so it really was an instant community of all these people, that love jiu-jitsu, that came together to support this, to talk smack amongst each other, to appreciate the fact that we could actually participate a little bit in this. They said it was magical.
People's teams were in the comments. The people that couldn't come with the competitor, they were all in the comments, and it was great. It was amazing.
And Brenda.
She was all hyping up Mario.
Hell yeah!
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
Real quick,
actually, and that's how we met you, because we were doing the podcast. Yeah,
Oh,
Mr. Chris, who's too busy to join us
he's got an
Bro,
nowadays.
on
appointment
the
again.
jet ski, dog. He's on the
Yeah,
jet ski,
listen,
man.
he's living the life. He's a baller. He made his millions and said, hey, I'm out the game for now. I'll come in when you guys need a bump or whatever. But yeah, so it was Chris, Mickey, and I just doing the podcast, and Egg just kept commenting, and all the comments were from Egg, and we're like, "Will you just join us, bro?" And he fought it for a while because, like, from season one, he wanted nothing to do with it, and then season two, we finally got him on board, and here he is. He never left. I mean, we try to get him off, but he just won't leave.
I mean, I think it was towards the end of season one, but obviously we've talked about this before. I have another profession like Miggy does now that just want to make sure that it all jives well. I mean,
sure.
I would be like racing back from work and might be violating some laws, like as I'm trying to watch the video and like do my
I
little
remember
comments
that.
on
Yeah,
the
we
damn
have to tell
highway.
you, and be like, bro, you get home when you get home. You're like, you don't understand this.
Yeah.
This is the highlight of my week. Stop it.
Yeah.
25 miles per hour to school zone. That's just a suggestion. 70. I know you don't.
Yeah. This dude got on a plane doing a podcast with a
Yeah,
mask.
I remember that. That was
We're like, bro, you can just sign off. We got this. It's like, no,
no,
I'm good.
you let me talk.
We don't. We're on the tarmac. We don't leave for another 15.
He's like to the flight attendant. He's like, "Excuse me, man, can you shut up? I'm in the middle of something." Like, sir, this is the safety demonstration.
I'm podcasting. You keep it down.
Hey, can someone tell the pilot to shut up? Just turn on the seatbelt sign. We got it.
Yeah. So, but that just goes to show you that the type of passion that all of us involved with the PGF have, really. I mean, obviously the three of us, but when you watch it, you see the commentators, obviously Scaff and LMAC, both, Lindsay McCatherine, pardon me, Brandon's wife, but both Scaff and her, both 10th Planet black belts. So they know exactly what they're talking about. So they're training partners. And so you see the chemistry when they talk, because they interact so well. They don't step over each other. They get along, but they see different things, and it's really great. And obviously, Stephen Aiken, the dream. Oh my God, it had a serious love of professional wrestling, and just brought that with him, and is like his personal Bruce Buffer type announcing, but also his DC / Joe Rogan, after the match, he just lobs up softballs for people to just knock out of the park. So many great moments we had were just like brought to us by Stephen Aiken, just like little nudge to the competitors, to getting great things out of them, and just seeing how much he works for it. Man, it's just been magical. Like you said, it's so much fun. It was called the Shark Week of Jiu-Jitsu because from October 29th to November 4th, you're going to have a whole week filled with live jiu-jitsu on Brandon McCatherine's YouTube channel. Each night on the regular season, we're going to probably go for 3.5 hours, and you're going to have 30 some odd matches. And these matches are 6-minute matches, so that it is high paced. And everyone has to get a submission if they want to score points, because the only way you can get to the finale is being the top 8 of the point winners, the point scorers for the season. And so every draw is a loss, right? I mean, so Mickey, like that everyone that steps on the mat, they know, like, you know what? If I stall, I've lost
I'm not going to
already.
get rewarded from it. Exactly. Like, stall is just a long, painful defeat. So again, if you like we were saying, right, if you want to go far, hell, try to get that first minute submission, because if you think about it, you also get an extra point and more rest.
So real quick, the point that you're making, Miggy, is that like kills now are 6 points. So any choke gets you 6 points. Any break, which is like any joint lock, whether it be wrist lock, yay, arm lock, leg lock, whatever the heck, that gets you 3 points. But if either of those are done in the first minute, you get that elbow genie point that Mickey was talking about, from Jonathan Roberts. So if within the first minute, you get an extra point. So instead of getting 3, you get 4 for that really lightning fast arm bar like he used to do. So again, it's all about incentives. All the incentives are for action.
So hold on. Speaking of incentives, real quick, I have a question because I want to make a proposal today. Okay. Have we had any wrist locks yet in the regular PGF season?
No. I've had the bounty out there.
Hear me out. Every time you hit a wrist lock in the regular season, I will throw down $20. I'm a deviant. I want wrist locks real bad. Every wrist lock, $20. If you get an elbow genie wrist lock, I will throw $100 your way.
Whoa! What is an elbow? Oh, you're talking about the extra point?
A fast.
If you get wrist lock.
So a wrist lock within the.
I want a fast wrist lock. I will throw 100 bones your way. If you get a regular one, $20. But
whoa! Hold on. What if somebody gets 3 in a because they're gonna have 3 matches a night?
I'm fucking eating ramen.
He will do that for you. He will take.
Okay, hold on. Let's say who's in already. Okay, so we got Maximus Jolly.
Handsome Kevin was number 1.
The Rock Troll. Handsome Kev. We got Sawyer Griffin, and we got the mustache Carson Thickman. Saying, yes. So let's say
if I go broke. I want some damn wrist locks,
bro. You realize that?
I realize this. Yes.
Okay.
All right. I am of the wallow variety here in the idea that I'm gonna mitigate my risk, but I will give $100 to the first wrist lock.
Wow. So how about this?
This is what you're
now. How about this? The wallow got me is this way. Okay, if we have somehow get multiple in one night, the first one gets $100, but the other guys, you're gonna get $30. If you hit the elbow genie. But still, how about this? Yeah, screw it. First one of the night, to get me an elbow genie rule, I'll give you $100 for the caps off for one a night. Other than that, everybody else, you're going to get $10 from me guaranteed. I don't care. Make me go broke. Make me not able to afford food.
How do you go from paying $100 to $10?
Because now you made me realize these dudes are going to be hungry. I don't want to be hungry. Damn.
Well, so okay. Obviously, the guy that won season 4's fantasy was a statistician, so he would have an idea about the risk here. It's probably not super high of multiple since we've never had any. But how about this, Mickey? Why don't you just join me with the first wrist lock in the PGF? Just join me. Match me 100, and we'll just call it there. And then if we feel froggy that we want to do more, we'll do more. But man.
Yeah, that's a good call. And I will say this. I'm not going to lie. We have some gamers in the PGF. I feel like there might be wrist injuries, too, if there's that good of a bounty out. So I'm just throwing that out there. Thinking about it now, too. That's actually a good call for you to make me come back down to earth, Wallow. I appreciate that.
So just to recap, because we're going to clip this.
Yeah, no, please.
We're going to clip it, and we're going to post it so everybody knows that the first wrist lock is going to get 100 from Miggy and 100 from Egg
during the regular season.
Okay.
Not a qualifier.
How about this? Okay, so in addition to this too, right? If you get this in the elbow genie roll, I'll throw in. So it'll be 200 for me if you get it within the first minute. That's it. I will gladly declare that. So
all right. So basically, what you're saying is, just to recap, is
yes.
The first wrist lock of the regular season is going to get
$100 each. No. Listen. So for the first wrist lock of the regular season, we'll get $100 each from me and Egg. If you manage to get an extra point, though, I will throw 200 bones your way.
So
that's how bad I want this.
So the first one's going to be 200, potentially 300 if you make it within the first minute. In the regular season. Am I correct in what I'm saying?
You are correct.
You are. I love wrist locks. I was known for it at my old crew at Cherry Point and a little bit here in Charlottesville. I'm a dirty wrist locker, and I want to see some dang wrist locks, much like Miggy. So for the first one, bare minimum during the regular season. If you get a wrist lock, you're getting $200. And then you know what? We love it so much because I'm sure Miggy will actually show up this year. Maybe we'll throw down some more.
Miggy's not showing up this year.
I know.
I'm showing up this year, damn it. No, I'm showing up this year, damn it. You understand?
You've been saying that.
Yeah, I know. Look, and how
last
about this? Look, what we'll say is this too, right?
4
Until it happens, look,
4 seasons. Egg?
I already took
there.
off work, and I actually set the schedule for my work, and I already made sure that I was not on call. So
Okay,
I'm pretty much guaranteed. Although it kind of hurts, it's over Halloween, so I'm gonna have to owe the wife a little bit for missing the kids' Halloween.
How old are your kids?
Man,
Yeah, I mean they're 11 and 13, so it's not that big a deal anymore.
not for the 11-year-old boy. Just joking.
No, she's 11 going on 25, man. She's
Plus, dude, all these kids
Exactly. What 25-year-old goes trick-or-treating anymore?
they'll go trick-or-treating with friends, and it's fine. We're in the Beaver Cleaver neighborhood. It's all good.
Look, at that point for them, it's like hanging out with their friends. Like anything, if you get candy, it's like that's like a plus, right? You get free crap from hanging out with your friends. That's a win for them.
Whatever. Anyway, where were we before we got sidetracked with the Halloween stuff?
Oh, that's us on brand, off the rails all the time. I don't know. I mean, so I guess the question is, we were
wait. We were talking about wrist locks. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah. First wrist lock during the regular season gets $200. I mean,
$200. If you get that first minute, though, you can make 300 bones, my dude.
But I'll say this: if anyone gets one in a qualifier, I'll still give you $60. I'll super chat $60 to you.
Very well.
So are you doing that? Wait, hold on. Just to clarify, because we're going to clip this too, and we're going to post it. So are you going to do it for just one qualifier or all qualifiers? Because y'all just throwing money out. I mean,
brother, I've had that bounty on every qualifier since season 3, and no one is collecting.
He actually has.
Listen, I know that Brandon just gave us that nice little cushy contract, with all the money in and everything.
Yo, but NDA, bro, shut up, NDA.
But we don't have to throw all the money away just like that, bro. We can keep some of it.
Wallow, here's your clip, buddy. All right, I love wrist locks. Every wrist lock in a qualifier will get $60 super chat from me. During the regular season, the first wrist lock of the PGF in the regular season history will get $100 guaranteed from me, $100 guaranteed from Miggy, and with an additional possible bonus of an additional $100 if they secure the wrist lock in the first minute securing the elbow genie rule. So the first PGF regular season wrist lock could gain the competitor $300.
And that's just from you, because there's other people in the chat that will throw money down for different submissions.
I mean, honestly, once we throw it out there and we let people know, I'm willing to bet there's a bunch of dirty wrist lockers out there like, hell yeah, brother, I'll throw in some for that. So, I mean, we saw the Battle Rama. The Battle Rama put up, they got to $2,000 for full-time Josh Gibbs to win the Battle Rama. And that was all, started by the chat. So again, that.
Folks, there's money in this. You're slipping. You're slipping if you're not signing up. This is a game, but there's a game within a game. You could lose the tournament, but you could walk away with some cash. Just ask Josh Gibbs, who walked away with the most money out of everybody.
and he was picked like. Go ahead.
He wasn't even part of the postseason.
Yeah, he was one of the last 4 picked, and so the genesis of the Battle Rama was the people in the chat felt, because they allowed 24 people into season 3, which meant 4 teams of 5 regular starters, but each team had a bench player because of the high the high capacity, the high endurance issue with 12 matches in a regular season. People can get hurt. So to keep a team full, they had a replacement or a bench player. And so a lot of people were, felt bad for those guys making the trip and not getting, the matches. So again, the chat of their own, initiative said, hey, we got to put together something. We got to put together a tournament for these guys. And it became, the such and such Battle-Rama, because such decided, to match them up there. And again, we said that I think, what's up, Kara, Matthew Boyles versus Josh Gibbs. I think that might have been my favorite match the whole season. Honestly.
I think the atmosphere of everybody just jumping and going crazy after it was all said and done, because he was exciting as hell. It's like these guys were like back and forth, and my headphones are about to die. Sorry, guys.
Well, I mean, so the crazy thing about the match was, if you remember, Matthew Boyles, yeah, it's okay. But Matthew Boyles, the Tasmanian Devil of the PGF, he was just a hurricane coming in there, just like, giving everything he had, just constantly go, push, and Josh Gibbs, just as he showed in all of his matches, was so resilient. He just weathered the storm, and finally the storm blew itself out a little bit, and he was able to secure a Darce, and again brought home 2K to Mama Gibbs there, and yeah, that was huge.
I have a question from Bravo Spidey. It says, so if someone does the qualifier, does that mean they have to do the regular season? Do they have to travel across the country to majority events? And Bravo Spidey, no, you have to either win a qualifier or get an at-large bid to be part of the regular season.
So, Bravo Spidey, as Mickey's saying, like, so if you win the qualifier or get an at-large bid, that gives you an invitation to the PGF regular season. The PGF regular season will go from 29 October or 28 October. One of those two. Like 29 to 4 November. And that will be in Decatur, Alabama at 10th Planet Decatur. Now, it hasn't been said, but, the last few seasons, the commish has paid for the lodging of the competitors. You get yourself there, planes, trains, automobiles, however it is, but he covers the, he'll make sure you have a place to stay, and also tends to make sure that people are fed a little bit too. So it does defray the cost as well. But it's just that 1 week. So that was like a big thing that kind of happened, between, we were talking about season 1. That was so hard because it was like every week people had to travel to Decatur, and now that limited the scope of and the distance of how far people could be away. And so season 2 was a little bit different. That was like the Ultimate Fighter type of thing where all these people came by for 1 week. It was filmed in advance and then released later on. Season 3, which I think was the sweet spot, and I think is where we're going back to now. Where again, we had the qualifiers. So like now you qualify the preseason and you get invites, and then for that 1 week, it is live. It is the Shark Week of Jiu-Jitsu. You have 4 nights of regular season. The regular season nights are like 3.5 hours long, 30 matches a piece. And then you get a day off, and you get that Saturday, postseason tournament that also, besides the top 8 having their single elimination tournament, you also have a bunch of super fights. It is a freaking blast. So Brave Little Spidey, brother, if I could get down to 185 and I was buying any of these things, Lord knows I'd be doing it. So if you could do it, dude, hop on. Worst case, you tap and you're part of something special, and you get footage. So remember, they have the gimbals, so you get the kind of that steady cam footage, and they're right there with you because the people that are taking, the imagery, they're jiu-jitsu practitioners, so they can anticipate where the action is going to be. There's no like one camera shot and, oh no, they're turned away from us, we have no idea what's going on. No, you're right in the action the whole time. It's freaking phenomenal. Sorry, I went on soliloquy.
No, it's all right. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be presenting the people with how these things work, so they know, if anybody's watching and they're interested, when they start watching the season, they know that, oh, this is how it goes. This is how the points work. I kind of want to do the fantasy, So we should probably talk about that because we've done fantasy every year. Are we doing fantasy this season or is that gone?
I was put in charge of fantasy last year, and I'm unless told otherwise, I'm going to assume I'm going to do it again this year. So real quick, Brave Little Spidey, just ask Matt Anderson, the Manderson, white belts, pardon me, are accepted. I saw your 4-stripe and white belts right next to each other, but white belts are accepted and can do phenomenally well. Matt Anderson, he was number 1 for a good portion of season 1.
Don't let that fool you though. It's not like he didn't have any training. He was a brown belt in judo, so
he was a brown belt in judo, and he's also a competitive powerlifter. So I mean, by calling him Anderson,
the Manderson,
he's I've rolled with him a couple times.
I don't know who gave the nickname to that submission, the Manderson Crush. That was perfect. Whoever came up with it, hey, kudos. Because that's what I kept calling it, the Manderson Crush.
Yeah, he does a bicep slicer that is like, oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, he is the strongest person I've ever felt like manhandle me. But anyway.
Well, now.
He's I'm sure like you, I've rolled against some big dudes, but holy crap, he's strong. Holy crap. So anyways, white belts, yeah. Come on. Let's do it. Sorry, where were we before that?
Hey, good example. Kiahi was a white belt when he was in.
Yeah. Freaking G.
And he did well, man, for a white belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember though, Kiahi's a different brand of tough. He goes from like the arm incident to like competing again. Like I don't know how long it was since then, but he laid the king butt recently in a local comp. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it though. Brave Little Spidey, like I'll tell you, I would no question say if you're a white belt and you want to compete, why the heck not? The experience you're gonna have. Everyone that's been a part of the PGF qualifiers or regular season has just spoken so highly of the experience from the ref being cool, the commentators getting great commentary, talking about their roles again. So worst case scenario, because all the qualifiers are double elimination. And so you will have at least 2 bare minimum, you will have 2 matches yours that will have phenomenal camera work and great commentary talking about it. And so you'll be able to take that, to your coaches, dissect that, and hopefully you get some wins, you get some more matches. But and the other great thing is it's like a fraternity. Everyone that's been a part of the PGF, they have a bond. They share lessons, they share techniques, they talk about each other. They, again, it's a real building up type of thing where everyone helps each other. I mean, I've seen, I'm sure you guys saw it too, but when I saw, for season 4, we did it at Becoming Church, and I saw multiple members of different teams all working out together on different techniques on the mats before the days. Like, oh, okay, let's show me this, because it's the jiu-jitsu community. We're all about helping each other, and it's a beautiful thing. So if you get a chance to be a part of it, man, you should hop on it. No question.
Man, it got a little kumbaya.
Yeah. I do have to say, hey, I have to say this though. The commish dropped the video the other day, right? And I think it also goes with this. He says you have to go through 4 kind of tournaments. One where you prepare for and do good. One where you don't prepare for and do good. One where you prepare and do horrible, and one where you don't prepare and do horrible. So maybe you get one of those 4 experiences, my dude.
And funny, that's one of the reasons the PGF started, was that competition is a skill set all of its own. Yes, and Brandon wanted his guys to have more opportunities to compete. So again, that was
one word they like to use, Ed. You remember there was that one word starts with a vowel.
Oh, it starts with an E, like black belts have it.
Experience, you need that.
He finally got it. Like now he sets himself up. We used to set him up for him to say it. He'd be like,
what? What's 10th black belt has what?
Just right over my head back in the day,
Now he sets himself up for it.
Lobs it up himself. Boom.
Yeah. All right. So we have a question here, Egg. I want you to handle this.
So Brave Fight says, I don't smoke weed. No,
Yes,
I
they're
heard
going to
that
force you to smoke
So
a joint
Brave Little Spidey,
before you compete.
I too do not indulge in the devil's lettuce, and you do not have to smoke the ganja, either the Mary Jane. Yes, no, that's not a thing.
You just have to be okay with if you smell it from somewhere near you. That's all. Honestly, yeah. If you can't stand the smell, I can say
there is that.
There is that.
Yeah. But I mean, that also means you can't go to LA or Colorado,
right?
Or Washington.
2 qualifiers out the way. Right?
I mean,
listen, I think they bleached the mats with weed smoke at 10 Planet HQ. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, smoke is antibacterial, right? So, I mean,
yeah,
there you go.
It gets rid of the germs, so that's why they do it.
Why is it foggy in here, man?
Yeah. So they'll mop them first, and then they just put like this big old bud on like a blower that burns it, and they just put it all over the mat just to kill the bacteria.
No, it's like
you're talking about Elijah's freaking competition, right?
High rollers.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's gotta be like the least germ filled place ever.
Apparently,
has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, back to the PGF
over here. Let's see. What are we saying? I just don't want to look back. No, you're good, bro. That's not an issue.
You're good.
Brave Little Spotty, you got 5 deployments, man. I think you should be over peer pressure. I think you're okay.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Frank Nunes says, you can't go to Stockton either if you can't handle the smell.
Yeah. It's Stockton.
Wow, that's a great pick. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, what's up, Stockton?
What's up, homie?
Yeah,
hey man, Brave Little Spidey, you don't smoke, boy, dude. Don't come to Stockton, man. Get off these streets. Sorry, it's gonna talk like really
Stockton
weird.
Flat.
Wasn't even good.
Yeah.
So going back to the PGF,
Stockton. Going back. Go ahead.
Going back to PGF, I'm gonna assume, gonna make a quick assumption that season 5 is gonna be a lot like season 3, which again I think was phenomenal. I think we all had so much fun during it. So what can we expect as viewers, as fans, etc.? So one, we're probably gonna have 20 to 24 people selected for the guys, right? Because we'll probably have 4 teams of 5, and so that'd be 20. If the commission decides to have that bench player or replacement player, that makes 24, which I think gives them flexibility to let some of those at-large wild card people in. So that's good stuff. For the ladies, obviously we got 125-pound ladies as well. I'm not sure because last season we had 135 and we had 8. And for a while we weren't so sure about having the ladies at all because not so much participation in the qualifiers. So we'll see.
Oh, good question. By we, do we mean people that were maybe doing some articles bashing some of these competitors? Anyways,
yeah, go back.
Oh, I was talking about before the season started. We weren't so sure. Anyway, number 1, 20 to 24 guys. That's what we're looking at. All right. Number 2, since you guys have the fingers up, what are you going to see? You're going to see a draft. Woo! Woo!
Look at him getting all hyped up.
Oh, dude, come on.
Yeah,
boy. This is what Egg lives for.
Yeah, about to have a draft.
Oh, the hell you guys don't, right? So, in season 3, we put together a pre-draft video special where Wallow, busted out, awesome clips of all the competitors. And one of the 3 of us, did the voiceover for the guys, and it was phenomenal. It was so much fun. And then we had the live draft at Decatur, which again, that was the most intense, Connect 4 battle ever because the coaches.
For the first pick.
Yes, so the 4 coaches battled in Connect 4 to see who got the first pick. It was again the best, most anticipated, exciting Connect 4 you've ever seen. But yeah, and it was a blast because you also had the players' instant reactions because they were all there together, and you had somebody get very salty. I will not give the NFL football name for the position, and I will not say who it was or what they said, but it was a lot of fun. It was just watching who was picked when was a lot. It was a blast. It was like any other draft you see in any sport. It was so cool. And then last season we actually hosted it. Us, the PGF Insiders.
Yeah. You and Miggy.
Okay, but Wallow was the Cheshire Cat, running everything behind the scenes, and whenever we stepped outside the lines, he'd pop in.
I can't chew bubble gum and walk at the same time, so I just decided to do one thing. That was just to set everything up. That's it.
Some of the people's favorite points were when you came in and told us to stop telling you what to do. Like, hey, I got this. Hey, you do you. I got me.
Yeah, listen, I'm the one. I'm the director. I'm the one who yells cut. Damn it. I got it.
So, anyway, in season 4, again, it was a blast. We had all 4 coaches and us, and so we'd like bring one of them on here, and we'd talk, and when their time was up, they had when the pick was in, they would announce their pick and why, and then in between, of course, just like the regular NFL draft, etc. Miggy and I would talk about like who we thought's next, or was it a good pick or not, or what they might be doing. That again, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Egg would basically just chastise every pick that they made. Oh God, why would they pick that person now?
Yeah, Egg was like this interesting strategy. I had this guy going very last pick of this draft, but cool that he's number 7 now.
So this board right here, it's got all the names.
He was like, not as if like I was expecting my draft to get better.
Just think of Egg like Mel Kiper from ESPN.
Just gonna say, Kamoy basically followed my board, and so I was all about his draft.
He did. He just said, "Okay, I mean, I don't know this guy, but fuck it." He just went straight down the line. He's like, if that person was picked, he just went to the next person. It was almost like you did the research for all the coaches. I don't know.
Well, it was a lot of fun. And so obviously, pardon me, he's pointing to the fact that I obviously have a blog where I talk about the PGF a lot. And prior to the drafts, I usually do a big board. And I link their Instagrams. I link videos I find of them, and so yes, I do the research ahead of time when I'm making, because I'm making my own picks as well. And that's actually how I started my blog, because I was doing my picks for the fantasy for season 1. I'm like, well, crap, if I'm just going to be doing all this research and stuff, I might as well just like put it up there and see if anyone else likes it. So,
hey,
yeah,
link in the comments. Check it out. Just saying.
Let me display this. Eggheadwarrior.com. Check it out. Check.
Check it out.
So, yes, one, besides listening to us here, if you want kind of a summary of what the PGF is, the pinned to the top of that blog is a post that talks about all these things, all the scoring, all the time limits, all the good stuff. I mean, if you want to know about the PGF, it pretty much summarizes it for you right there. But now we're coming to point number 3. Okay, I was waiting because you were doing the fingers of the first 2. So,
man,
right,
the first time I thought you were going to forget point number 2, and then by the point number 2, I was like, man, I don't know when point number 3 is coming up.
I know it took forever.
It took
My
a while.
head got tired.
Okay,
I was like,
okay. Well, my bad. You guys want to keep up the whole time. Point number 3. All right. So after the draft, you have 4 regular season nights, days, etc. Usually we start about 6:30. I think it was about 6:30 Central Time. So when we started, right about there. So it'll go for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. You will see about 30 matches, if I remember correctly, about 30 matches. Each competitor will have 3 matches a night. 3 matches a night, and each match is up to 6 minutes long. I mean, that's a serious night. So each competitor knows that they have a certain amount 12 matches, per the whole season to accumulate as many points as possible. So again, as we talked about earlier with Miggy, if you get a draw, you just lost the opportunity. And if somebody else gets a point, okay, they're up on you. So it means the stalling crap that we see from other competitions, that's not a thing. You don't stall. You open up because hey, if you lose, it's the same as if you get a draw. You might as well open up and go for that submission.
I think you meant it the other way. Like if you draw, it might as well mean you lost. You said it the other way.
My bad. A draw is a loss. A loss is a draw. I mean, they're equivalent. I mean, you get 0 points either way.
Not necessarily, because you can get submitted and lose.
But the point is,
so a draw is a loss.
A draw is a loss.
Is not necessarily a draw.
Sure.
Don't confuse the people.
The point either way is whether you lose or whether you get a draw, you get 0 points. That's the takeaway.
But Billy, that when you win, sometimes you lose. And when you lose, sometimes you really win. Come on, that's from White Man Can't Jump.
Yes, and I was giving you the same look that they gave him.
Sorry, I'm old. These
guys
no, like...
I got you. I remember the quote. I just couldn't remember for a second.
You're like, what? Is that from
I was listening to you, but I couldn't hear you.
It's the Pips. It's the Pips.
There you go. So, pardon us, we're old. All right. Point being, yes. So the point is, go for the win. Go for the win. Go for the win. Go for the win. If you got like 10 seconds left, go for the damn win. And people do. The last 30 seconds. The last 30 seconds of a PGF match are the most exciting because they're going for broke. It is insane how many last second submissions we've seen. It's really, really exciting. So again, 4 nights, 30 matches each night. Hey, you're gonna have like 3.5 hours of live competition. And then at the end of the night, we usually do about 20 to 30 minutes of talking to competitors, the coaches, getting kind of like, what they feel like, what they think, what they saw, stuff like that. You're going to have amazing announcing.
It's basically a post show.
Yeah, you get a post show. You get amazing announcing from, Stephen Aiken. You get amazing, post-match interviews by Stephen Aiken. Inevitably, you will see people develop special walkouts. We already have Handsome Kevin Sherrill is going to have his. We both got caps on me. He's got to do it the hand through the hair, the wink. Randy Roden, if he's back, because he can make the weight. I'm sure he made 170. He does a little backing up dump truck. Man, that stuff adds the flavor, adds the fun.
Listen, so it's got just like a hint of the pro wrestling theatrics without being over the top. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm a pro wrestling fan. I watch pro wrestling. As a matter of fact, I just watched Money in the Bank, son. What's up?
Yeah, I can tell.
Shout out to Neil Sky. So it's got just a hint, man. These guys talk to shit. They talk shit to each other during the season, and it's fun. But it's all competitive and friendly. It's not like when he gets out of line type of thing. So it's fun.
So the part of it is you're going to develop a relationship with these competitors. All right. Because of the way the PGF is built, you have the preseason where you're going to be introduced to them. You're going to be able to see, how they got to get into the PGF. How did they earn their spot? And during that time when they get an invite, there's going to be an interview with them. So you're going to learn a little bit more about them. I'm a little remiss. I'm working on Rock Trolls right now, but you're probably going to, if you want, you're going to be able to see, a highlight, a post about, an interview, et cetera. One probably with us, with the competitors, but also I try to do a profile post on them as well. So you're going to get to know more about them there. Then you're going to get to know them because Stephen Aiken's going to interview them after their matches. He's going to announce, tell you a little bit about them. They might have a little post-show talk. And then, again, you're going to be invested. It's kind of like what Sylvester Stallone calls the Adrian effect. You're going to get to know about these people. You're going to care about these people. You're going to hear about the stories. Again, it's more, you do the fantasy, so you can be more invested there. So maybe we should go, before we go to the postseason, maybe we should go to point 4, fantasy.
This is set up so you're invested in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it costs you nothing to watch because it's free on YouTube. You can actually throw money to whatever athlete you want. So this is set up for, it's set up for success. You know what I mean? What happened to Egg? We lost you. Okay, you're right.
Kids.
So so listen, guys. My mic is acting up, and I see the battery going down. So we've been hyping up the PGF for 55 minutes. We'll be back next week to hype it up even more. So listen, if you're all about it, sign up. If you know somebody who wants to compete, let them know. We're on SmoothCom. It's out there. Just register for the qualifiers. Get there. Get to know BMAC. He'll be there at the qualifiers most likely. He's been at all of them. So, hey, like Egg said at the beginning, PGF is family. So if you want to be part of this family, come on, sign up.
Yep.
Compete. We welcome you with open arms. There's no, we don't like you type of thing. No, everybody's welcome. Come on. Guys, before we go, any final thoughts?
I'm going to say this just to preach even more real quick. If you're one of those guys that says, man, I would really love to be a sponsored athlete, but I don't have anywhere with footage of me or no one knows my game, this is a way to get your word out, dude. Get your name out there. Like, if you want to sponsor, right? If you want to get paid to do jiu-jitsu, this is a starting point. You're not going to get paid for winning a Naga medal, so.
If you do a Naga, you want to do this because you're going to get paid. Egg, final thoughts.
If you can make the weight and you can make it there to any of these, find a way, do it. No question. It is the things we do not do that we regret in life, not the things we do. So go out there, be bold, and do it. If you can't make the weight, like Wallace said, hey, maybe tell your friends, but also, hey, just, it's like trite to say, but hit that like and subscribe, just get ready and watch, be part of the community, man. Be in the comment section, just be like, hey man, I'm checking this out. This is fun. I'm excited about it. Cause like Wallace said earlier, I was on the other side. I was just on the chats, just commenting like, hey, this is really fun. This is really cool. I'm really pumped about this. I'm looking forward to this match. And then I came through the looking glass. This is, like Wallace said, you can be a part of the family so easily. Just join us.
On that note, we'll catch you next week, guys. Peace. Adios, muchachos. Hasta